And also a big key element I see in your notes is intimacy. Having close relationship with the Lord plays a vital role in third heaven authority, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's one of the things that we were mentioning earlier about the next 18 months. One of the things the Lord told me is he said, you must become not just a warrior. I'm a warrior. You're a warrior. Mm-hmm. We feel it. I've been a warrior my whole life. It's like, okay, let's get her done. And, but to be worshiping warriors. And the worshiping warrior is one who has developed an ability of worship, of intimacy before the Lord. So many people are afraid of intimacy in different ways. Face it. We have to protect our heart, we feel. We're raised in an environment, whether it be the family that we're raised in. Now, I had very loving parents. My wife, CK, was raised in a different, very legalistic and abusive environment. But still, we have all of these different experiences that are unique to us. What about school? What about things that have happened to us before? And so we have this thing where we begin to guard our heart, protect our hearts, and we put up shields. And we don't realize when we get born again that we try to transfer those shields to the Lord because it was something that saved us before. But we don't realize that what saved you, the techniques that saved you in the past, can become counterproductive as you advance. And then you have to open yourself up and learn more. And so that intimacy with the Lord, we have to develop that, open things up. It's like we have this kingdom on the inside of us. Yeah, it's a kingdom of heaven on the inside of us. But what I'm talking about is our lives, our hearts. And it's like we get born again and we say, okay, Jesus, come into my heart. Save me. Sit on the throne. But I'm going to keep half of the kingdom, these other areas, away from you. You have rule, but I'm going to hide this stuff from you. And so it's kind of like the rest of our Christian lives is Jesus spends with us by the presence of the Spirit of God, searching out all those dark places, finding all those closed doors, and trying to get us to open and develop that intimacy. But we're afraid sometimes, believers are, because they don't want to be hurt. There's woundedness or various things that are in their lives. They don't know how. So many people are afraid to open their hearts to the Lord simply because then they're going to have to feel something. And in order to feel the love and the good things from the Lord, you'll also have to feel the pains and the other things that He wants that love to heal. Yeah. And so we get to these places where this intimacy we have to develop before Him. And it's not just intimacy with the Lord, it's intimacy with our families. And this is a biggie. I really want to emphasize it at this particular point. The Lord spoke to me, and He said, this was just about a week and a half ago, He said, tell the people that over the next 18 months to develop their intimacy with their loved ones, their families, their friends, those that are the closest to their hearts and are trustworthy. Develop it. Keep them close, because there are things that we're going to go through where you have to have that connection, because Jezebel has already devised a plan, that ruling political spirit of Jezebel that's in America, far left, antichrist spirit, coming against the church, coming against the nation. He said, she's already designed by various forms of pressures in the land to divide families. And when it divides a family, it's not only a failure, a battle lost that causes pain, sometimes division or strife or other things. But he said, what it will do is it will weaken those that are involved. They need to stay strong. They need to stay close. love your family, protect that intimacy. And if you're not used to it, then get used to it. Just go to that person and begin to open your heart. Ask them what they have need of, what their dreams are. Pray with them on a daily basis. Keep the bond strong. And that is very protective for us. One of the reasons is because it provides anchors to our life. Anchors, those are connecting points. We have physical anchors, we have heart anchors, we have spiritual anchors. The things that all of a sudden that anchor, it keeps us connected with who we are. And instead of just floating around and never knowing, it keeps us connecting with a support system. In the natural realm, we have things like birthdays and anniversaries. Those are important. It's important to remember and to celebrate because they're anchors to our life. You know, our heart, there's relationships that we have, a spouse, a son or a daughter, parents, other people that are close. It provides an anchor to reality that keeps us stabilized. Spiritually, we have anchors, with the Lord. And it's good to always remember the things that the Lord has done for us and continually, bring them up. CK and I were talking last night about just some things that we did years ago. We started out in the first year of ministry, almost 46 years ago. Not only we had a traveling ministry at first and then pastoral and then some other things, but we were on the radio. And we sat there and talked about it. We were radio preachers to some degree back then. Mm-hmm. And in our city, we went to the local, it was a rock and roll station. And it was the biggest one in our community, our city. And we asked them, what demographics and stuff, what's your most listened to time of day? And they said 6 a.m. news. Mm. And so I said, okay, can I have the 5 minutes before the news? And they said yes. And so 5 minutes, people that were getting up, showering, waiting for the news, the most people of the entire day. There's Mike Thompson for 5 minutes talking to him about the Lord. And we reminisced about these. See, what I'm saying is that's an anchor. Right now we have internet ministry, but it started back there. It's an anchor. So many anchors. Because those anchors for our heart release strength. They keep us grounded, keep us going in the right direction, and they literally release strength to go ahead. And so stay close. That's what I want to tell everybody. Yes. Should be happening all the time, but the next 18 months, stay close. Don't let anything bring division between you and your loved ones. Love on one another. Develop an intimate relationship with the Lord. Spend time in prayer with Him, but with the loved ones.